Hey, my beautiful friends. Okay, so my intuition has led me to come to you as is and share with you a message that some of you will resonate, and if some of you don't, that's okay too. It's meant for those that resonate and to just come messy and the way I do things and just share it with the world. So here I go. I'm just having fun, I'm just floating with it. And I'm going to bring forward what messages I am getting today using human design and my own intuition and just my own life experiences as a projector. So, what I do when I do a pivot catalyst session is I use human design and my intuition, and I pull out three, or if my intuition is telling me more or less, three things from your human design chart that I then take, look at all my notes, my years and years and years and years and years of notes that I've compiled. I have a one in my profile. Okay. So research notes, I love them. They make me feel safe and seen, and I just love notes, right? And so I go through all my notes, I compile what resonates with the first thing that comes through from your chart, and then I go to the second thing, go through all my notes, compile, third thing, compile, and then I give a full reading on each part, but how it all fits and what's coming through with my intuition to help my women, specifically my midlife women, gain clarity and help them step into their truth right now. So, whatever struggles they're going through, whatever blocks they have, fears, frustrations, I help gain clarity through one of these pivot catalyst sessions. When I was driving to my studio today, I'm in my studio, I was listening to this amazing channeler, and she's just resonating with me lately. And I just like have been resonating so much with what she's saying. And at the same time, I'm like, I should try to do a reading, a pivot catalyst session on today, on right now, what's happening in our world, and give a collective reading. Like, how fun would that be? And we're supposed to follow our fun. We're here to follow what we resonate with. And I was noticing, oh my God, that sounds so fun. And I love doing like this. Like, I love giving pivot catalyst sessions. It fuels me, it gives me energy. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's try this. So, this is a pivot catalyst session for all of you, for the collective, for today, or whenever you happen to listen to this. Just trust that you're meant to hear this message at the exact time that you do listen to this. Okay, so just trust whatever comes through for you, whether it is today, 7/1/6/25. Okay, let me say that in a different format. July 16th, 2025, 11:11 a.m., Orchard Park, New York, is what I put into my human design system. And this is what I got back. So we're going to focus on three things that came through. The first thing is your definition, or as a collective, the definition that we're experiencing right now, all of us. And it came through with this single definition. Now, you don't have to know what that means. You don't have to know anything about human design to get something from this message that I'm giving you today. But what it means for single definition is that you don't need anything around you to process. You process things right now through you. You don't need outside sources to process. And that's what we're all being called to do right now, is stop relying on friends and family and coworkers and other people around you to help you process and gain clarity and information. Which, I get it, I'm here giving you information, but take with it what you will when you're done listening to this. It's all about self-reliance. It's about you standing in your truth right now. And that might not mean that tomorrow it's different. But right now, in the energy that you are currently listening in, we need you to be connected to yourself, about you processing and integrating on your own, not being like, oh, I should ask my friend, right? I also got that this is a lot about friendships, coworkers. The reading here today is about acquaintances, friendships, coworkers, relationships like that, specifically. So really saying, okay, I wrote my notes down. Where am I waiting for someone else to help with what I already know? That is like the focus today. Where are you giving your power away to people who have never even walked in your shoes, who aren't doing exactly what you're doing because there's no one else like you out there. There is only you. There's only one you, and the way you deliver it is only going to be from you. And if unless someone's walked in your shoes, they can't make the decision like you could. Of course, you're going to get insight and speak out to other people depending on your own human design and authority. But in this moment right now, where are you waiting for someone else to give you the, okay, you can do this, go ahead? What if you had everything you needed inside of you? And what if you already knew, which that's what I'm hearing? You already know the answer. You already know the clarity, but you're allowing the fear and the judgment and the what ifs and the outside world to fog that up. You're allowing that to take more space up in your brain than it needs to have right now. And so whether that means making the decision right now or going and taking some time on your own to go walking or processing the information or whatever's coming through so that you can like sift through all the details, because we're going to get to that in a second too. And well, I'll blend it in right now. It's like taking time to sift through all the details, because right now you might be getting a ton of details. It's very detail oriented energy right now. Sifting through it and organizing what needs to be organized into the thing, whatever that thing is. So gaining clarity on your own without the crowd, trying to not source your information from out in the crowd around you, more so taking that time. And you might think, oh my God, I don't have time to do that. You don't have time not to. You don't have time not to do that right now. So you might, at the end of you processing this and getting all the details together, it might be one small decision that you gain clarity on. You're making it mean more than it has to mean. You might think, oh, it has to be this big thing I do. Maybe it's just like literally one tiny move in the right direction that comes through. Trust it. Trust the tiny baby step. Okay. Or maybe it is a big action move. Don't judge how big or little it is. Just move with it, is what I'm saying today. Move with the action or the decision you've made once you've gathered the information or once you've trusted your intuition. Because that's going to build momentum, and that's what you need right now. You have to trust. That's how you build intuition, and you build that trust muscle within yourself, is trusting the small moments, the big moments, whatever they are, and building energy around that. And then the trust is built out, the energy of trust is built out, and you keep doing it. And that's how you build your truth and you build that intuition inside. So, really, again, where in your life, maybe in your social circle or your coworkers or acquaintances, where in your life are you not allowing yourself to utilize the energy of single definition, which means you process things all through your own. You don't need outside sources to process energy and information. Okay. The next thing that came through is channel 1762. Again, you don't need to know what that means, what it Like it's just numbers. You're not going to know what that means. But what comes through with this is kind of what I already talked about. I blended it in here. It's getting the information organized. So you're going to hear me repeat this a little bit, but it's getting whatever you're going through, everybody's different, getting that information organized. Maybe it's through writing and just getting out your feelings and your frustration or anger and just getting everything organized by getting it out. Or maybe it's talking it out. Maybe you just take your phone and talk out like what you're feeling inside. That is the energy right now. It's the throat speaking it out, not keeping it inside. Maybe you talk to a close friend, and again, that's some people's authority is to talk it out. I can tell you yours if if I have your chart. I can't, everybody's so different, but maybe you are speaking it out to a close acquaintance or family member or whatever that is. But it's sorting through, getting your info organized, whatever that looks like for you, and getting it like exposed, I guess is the word I want to use. And then once you feel comfortable with that and you feel a sense of expansion inside and not this tension, once you've done that and you've organized it and put it in a box that makes sense to you, I guess I want to say, then it's about expressing it in a way that feels right. So that doesn't mean you just speak your mind to someone but your intuition is like, okay, they're not ready to hear that. Or you're in a group of your friends and you just blurt out your opinion or your, whatever you're thinking. It's about forming those opinions. It's about organizing your ideas and what you're thinking, but and backing it up with specifics from your past, from your life, your own life. That's, we're really into the details right now in the energy of the planet. Like this week right now is like detail oriented, using your details that you've come up with in your past to create this opinion, because it's very detail specific. It's the small details. So use that, like gather. That's not, it might not always be how it is unless you have this energy strong in your chart. Some people do, but bring all these complex things that are going on into, again, this digestible format and sharing it with whomever when you're invited into, or when the door opens for you to share it, where you're not forcing it, where you're more so speaking your truth as a powerful teacher, a guide, um, knowing that you're trusting when that's meant to come out. Maybe it's a conversation that you have to have with a friend that has been looming over you and it's time now. And your intuition is like, okay, I've gathered the information, I've processed it, I haven't like outsourced, and now it's time to ask if they're willing to meet. And I'm just throwing this out here. And you speak this truth. When you lean into your truth and you don't force and you're not fighting and it's not grind and hustle and you come from a place of flow and you do all of this, it's medicine. What you say is medicine. I wrote down, say what's true, not necessarily more, but when you do that and you lean in, it's medicine to whether it's your own soul or the person you're talking to or the group you're talking to. It's going to be medicine to someone, some way, somehow, and you can't control that. So release the grip. Trust that it is medicine if you do this right now. And so I wrote down, asking the question, what's one way you've been holding back your voice, your detail-oriented way of looking at things? What's one way you've been shutting that down? Is it showing up as a physical ailment? Is it showing up as a sign that keeps coming back and you're like, all right, already, that you're not listening? Lean into that. So it's, again, speaking clearly, articulating clearly after you've organized your details. And some ideas are share, like, again, an idea that's been on your heart share it, express it with a friend or an acquaintance or a client or whatever it is. Allow your opinions to flow freely when you're invited and when it feels expansive, not when you're forcing yourself to take up space, right? And again, I'm going to repeat it because it's worth repeating and something I'm going to work on too alongside you. What's one truth you've been holding back because you're fearing that you might be misunderstood? What if right now you just go for it because your intuition and the sign of me saying this to you is telling you to do it? And that's medicine to someone, to yourself. What if you could heal yourself or someone, or just give someone exactly what they need to hear at the right moment? When we make it about ourselves, we're being selfish. But when you share from the heart and with light and love, and you come at it with this expansive, light filled experience, you can't deny, right? And so, really grounding in your truth, grounding in your decisions and your clarity and your details that you've come up with again. So, again, really like the energy right now is about these details that you're organizing or using your past experiences to get in a way, and everybody's different the way they organize their details, but getting them all organized. I just keep seeing a ball in a way that you can deliver the information. And don't hold back when it's time. Get yourself grounded, make sure you're hydrated, make sure you've eaten. I was going to do this earlier and I'm like, I'm starving. I cannot do anything if I have not eaten right now. And deliver. Okay. The last thing that came through as the message for you today is the not self of anger. Now, if you are a manifester or a manifesting generator, your not self is anger. Manifesting generator is frustration as well. But it came through for everybody today, this idea of anger. So to just go over what is your not self. Your not self in human design is how you know that you're not on the right roadmap. Human design, if you look at it, it's very confusing. I help clarify that, but it's like a roadmap to really stepping into your truth in beauty, beautiful by design, and really living in your truth. It's a roadmap to support you in living in your truth by learning how to honor the energy. It's all about energy, okay? And so your not self is simply a little tap or maybe a slap in the face from God's source saying, you're off the road. You've gone off your roadmap, girl. It's time to get back on. And so that's not a bad thing. That's actually a gift. When I feel my not self, which is bitterness, it's a gift if I look at it that way, because I'm like, ooh, there's something that's not in alignment and God is just trying to get my attention, right? And so we need to slow down and speed up. If you're feeling anger right now, don't be the victim. Use it to help you step into your truth because it's information. And so anger is just source, God telling you, okay, where are your boundaries not being honored? Where are you not honoring your boundaries? Where are you shutting down your magic? Where are you denying your truth? Okay, and getting angry. Maybe you're getting angry and you're letting it out on everybody. When in reality, it's your work to do, girl. And I'm going to get real with you. I'm sorry, but it's true. It's if where you're feeling anger, maybe it's a political figure, maybe it's a teacher or a spouse. They're just a mirror to the work that you are here to do to become more free. Because if you're feeling the anger, you're not free. You're getting triggered because you're not free in certain areas. Okay? And I know that's kind of like a mic drop there, but you need to hear it right now. You are giving your power away when you're allowing the anger to take over. And that is your not self. That means you're not in alignment, all of us right now. And so slowing down, checking in, it might take a little bit of time to really dive deep and peel back the layers of the onion to where you're feeling anger and why, and where did it stem from? Where did the anger stem from? Peel back the layers, layer by layer. Well, this happened. And why did I feel angry there? Okay, but why? And keep asking why. And a lot of the times, what's beneath the anger, and I know this for myself too, because I'm going through this too, a lot of the times there's sadness or grief under the anger. And so then you can start to look at that. Where is the grief from? Or maybe it is despair. Um, Anger is usually like that surface level, and then you can go deeper in and look, what is the anger trying to show me? Where am I not free? Um, and that's going to be a huge thing for you to work on should you choose. And if you resonate right now, and if you're still listening to this right now, then you are meant to hear this. You are meant to dive deeper. Where are you pushing down anger when you need to shine the light on it? Because that's how we free ourselves, when we shine the light on that anger. Um, like in different instances, maybe you're just tired of waiting and you're just like, I'm stuck right now and I'm sick of this. And I always have the same things happen to me. And when am I going to catch a break? Look under the hood. You might be feeling unseen, right? Where are you trying to force things when in reality you're not supposed to force, right? You're supposed to listen to your authority and your human design type. That's going to help you become free. Where are you saying yes where you really mean no? And you feel this like anger boiling in you. Where do you need to say no right now? Where do you need to say yes? Like, what are you denying for yourself right now where you're just like giving excuses? And that's exactly what they are. They're excuses. You wouldn't be feeling these yeses if they weren't meant for you. Okay? Maybe they're here to teach you a lesson. Maybe they're here to take you to the next step. Maybe they're here to bring you to someone, a relationship, a friendship, an acquaintance that you're meant to meet to bring the next layer. You have no control over that. That's not for you to decide. It's for you to listen to the yeses and what resonates with you right now. And if you're not, the anger can boil up. And it's just trying to get your attention and say, stop it. Where are you not speaking your truth? Where are you not speaking your opinion and your details when it's aligned? When you had that moment with your friend and you could have said something because it felt right and you shut yourself down. Are you feeling anger? What was that telling you? Where are you not seeing yourself? Because that's really what it comes down to. Where are you not seeing your worth? That you're allowing everything around you to control it. That is where the light is being shown with that anger. It's showing, it's flashing a light on something, okay? So take the time to dive deeper down the rabbit hole of where that anger is coming from, because it's not bad. Anger is not bad. It's clarifying something. It's helping you wake up more to your truth and your beauty 100%. And I stick by that. Okay. So let the anger speak. Maybe again, you just go on an anger rage and you listen back to it on a voice note, or you journal, like you get all the anger. I do that. I like to do that. Maybe you get in the shower and you are just like shaking it out, or going to a boxing class, or whatever, whatever it is, allow it out. Sometimes I will tell you with my anger, Enneagram 9 projector, empath, highly sensitive, it's just being and going walking and acknowledging. And it's like my liver. Anger is in the liver. And for me, it's not like loud and obnoxious and hitting. It just isn't. That's just not me a lot of the times. A lot of the times, me releasing the anger is just saying, I see you. I acknowledge you, anger. I see you. I am witnessing you. You get a space inside of me. This part of me gets to be seen. And a lot of the times, that's really all it needs. is to be seen and not shoved down. Okay. Um, and having compassion for it is huge too. Okay. Having compassion for that anger. So those were the three things that came through today. This is kind of how I do my pivot catalyst sessions, but specifically to your chart. As a collective, when I put the date and time in today, this is what came through. So it's meant for everyone. And I'm just looking at my notes. I have notes everywhere, and I just want to make sure that I didn't leave anything out that I want to say. I got that part. Also, I think I just want to say too, human design has taught me that we're all so different, yet we're all so similar. And the way we process information, the way we speak our truth, the way we form our opinions, the way we use our intuition, the way we navigate our emotions is all so different. And some people have this single definition, the first thing I talked about, and they can process things really fast, consistently, all the time. And some people, like myself, when we're not in this energy right now, I can, right? Because we're in this energy, but usually I have a split definition. And so I do need others to complete me. And so just know that by understanding yourself through human design and other tools and leaning in and really creating well-being practices that allow you to become self-aware and healthy and whole and confident, by doing those things, you become compassionate for how you work. But also, I think it's really important to understand that you start to have compassion for the fact that others are so different, and you can have compassion that they process quicker, or maybe they process slower than you, and you don't have to jump down their throats or get angry at them. It's like, oh, they're different, they process different, they feel different, they form opinions and express opinions differently, and that's what makes the world beautiful. We're not all meant to be the same. There's no one like you. No one will bring through the information, the message. I heard this on my video this morning. Whatever comes through you and you speak out at the specific time you do, and how you do it, and the tone and the space between your words, no one will do it like you. The medicine can only come from you. My medicine is different than your medicine. And when we start to believe and know and truly embody that, that's when everything around us shifts. That's when we're more in alignment. That's when we're more in our truth. So be patient with yourself, be patient with others. Um, really listen when you hear no about other acquaintances and people, and listen when you hear yes. And that goes for all the thoughts and intuition and all of that. I think I really want to hit home on that too, that be you. Like, it's okay to express in your own way. And especially, I believe, like in midlife, 40 and over, we start to go, oh, I am wise. I've been through a lot. I'm not in a midlife crisis. I'm breaking through. This is all good. This is all an opportunity to be myself. And remember that you're not too late. Your time hasn't gone. This is all coming to you. You're listening to this right now because you're resonating, and you know that you're just beginning, that you're not too late, that you're here to grow and expand and step into your beauty and truth. And you're just kind of, in a sense, being initiated. I have notes here, like initiated into this higher self of you. I like to say, like Kelly 2.0 or Kelly 3.0. You're breaking through, and you're ready for it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening right now. So lead yourself, lead with presence, stay grounded, and allow the things that are meant to come through, come through. And just take a breath with me, because that was a lot of information. Expand on all sides. I envision my expansion all the way around 360. And just do that like 5 times, 6 times, 7 times until you feel grounded. and then you go maybe re-listen to this or go take a walk or whatever it is for you. Whatever mine is always movement and being out in nature. But I love ChatGPT. I've encoded, infused my ChatGPT and cleared it. I'm a little woo, but I've done all that so that it's really me and it's my higher self working together. But the final whisper that we came up with was, "You're not late. You're not lost. You're not too much. You are exactly on time. So let your breath be the doorway, let your clarity be the medicine, and let your presence be the revolution." That was beautiful, right? So that's how I deliver my pivot catalyst sessions in a nutshell. I'm messy with it. I take notes. I check in. I do all these cool things. I've been studying human design since 2018, and I use my own human design and gifts in my human design specifically to deliver it in a way that only I can deliver it in this way. And I'm just finally feeling like I can trust myself to do that. And it can be messy, and the way it's delivered is meant to resonate with whoever it's meant to resonate with. And I can't control that. And I finally feel like in my life, I'm at peace with that. Like, it's not about me trying to force anything down anybody's throat. It's about me just speaking my medicine, and whoever's it's meant to resonate with, it will. And those that it doesn't resonate with are most likely not listening anymore. So I would love to hear your feedback. What did you get from this? What came through? Don't be shy. In fact, I'm inviting you to actually message me on Instagram at Beautiful by Design with Kelly, and share, because that is a little wink from God, um, telling me that this was meaningful to you. Although my intuition is like, girl, you don't need anybody telling you it was meaningful. You just have to trust it. But I do receive those messages, and it does fuel me when I hear from you. So don't be shy and ask questions if you have questions. I'm here. And if you do want to get a intro pivot catalyst session, um, because you're feeling stuck or angry or frustrated, or maybe there's a relationship that is really blocking you right now, reach out, go to my everything page. You'll see the information there. And I hope that this message found you today and gave you peace and clarity. All right, until next time.